I'm coming back in.
Man, oh man, we back at it again. Yo, what it do? It's your boys, Juice and Lou. We back here with another banger for y'all, man. Top 10 quarterbacks heading into the 2024 season. Let's just hop into it, man. Let's just hop into it. Real quick, we all know Mahomes is number one, but who do you think is number two? Real quick before we start. This shouldn't be a hard question.
Off last season?
This shouldn't be a hard question.
Off last season, I guess it gotta be Lamar.
Lamar, and it shouldn't even be a thought. But let's see.
The NFL is home to the greatest quarterbacks in the entire world. So in today's
not him,
we are
though.
going to rank the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. So in order to create today's list, we had to take into account a bunch of different things. The number one thing that we took into account when talking about these quarterbacks is their legacy. What that means is
legacy.
Their stats, how good have they been for many years, and what is there to come. I also did take into account the statistics for each player, so I'm not going to be throwing out there a Caleb Williams or a Drake May because they haven't played a snap in the NFL.
So A-Rod's up there.
Last thing here, if you guys disagree with the list, you can let me know in the comment section below. But let's hop into 4 honorable mentions. The 4 honorable mentions I want to mention in this video are going to be Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, and Tua Tagovailoa.
That's interesting.
What? I guess because A-Rod's older, so I get that.
Yeah, didn't play either.
Hurts. Whew. Hurts not top 10?
He had a bad
Golf not top 10? Well, I guess we're talking legacy.
Well, Golf been to a Super Bowl and only lost by, what, 10? A touchdown?
Yeah, that was
to y'all's GOAT.
That was a bad Super Bowl.
And Tua, I don't know, Tua just had his best year probably.
For Aaron Rodgers, I just haven't seen him play the past couple years.
I knew that.
When he was playing back in 2022, he wasn't playing at a very high level. If he does come back from this injury at a very high level, we're talking about a guy who has top 10 potential. Then there's Jared Goff. I seriously did consider putting him in at that number 10 slot, but I think there's some quarterbacks on this list who do deserve to be in the top 10 at this point in their career. That being said, if you do have Jared Goff in your top 10, I don't disagree. Those same principles also do apply to Jalen Hurts. He was very close to being in my top 10, but there was a couple of players who I thought were better than him. That being said, by the end of this year, Jalen Hurts is arguably going to be a top 10 quarterback again. I think that we can all predict him to have a pretty awesome year. And then lastly, there's Tua Tagovailoa. For him, the stats are incredible. The performance on the field seemingly is good until you realize that it is 90% the system that he is working in. Now, you can take that one of two ways. You can either take that positively or negatively. I think it's more of a positive, and I did consider him a top 10 quarterback. So it is hard to put him in here, but ultimately, the talent pool in the NFL is ridiculous. But let's hop into our top.
This might be a good video. He's cooking low-key.
I mean, but like with Tua's like, what you want the Dolphins to do? Like, not give him anybody? Like, come on. Like,
so you feel he should be top 10 if Brock Purdy's top 10?
I mean, that's kind of like the same. If he says the system, I mean, then, like you just said, like, then Brock Purdy, I mean, could arguably not be top 10 too with him. Because he just fought the system. How you going to say it's positive, but then have him outside the top 10?
I guess because the Dolphins didn't really play, or beat nobody, like we said. They probably ain't beat nobody.
I guess.
I don't know. Let's see.
Starting off at number 10, we're going to be talking about Brock Purdy. Now, I know Brock Purdy doesn't have the legacy of some of these players on this list.
That's fair.
Guys like Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff. But what I will say is that Brock Purdy, through his young career, has been nothing short of incredible. If you replace Brock Purdy with the body of C.J. Stroud, we're talking about a guy who's in everyone's top 10. Now, I will give the critics of him some props here. Yes, this is a guy who's playing with the best offensive talent in the entire NFL. He's got Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, solid offensive line, great offensive mind head coach, and then an awesome defense. Yes, he has all that, but at the end of the day, he's still performing at an extremely high level. If you watched him throughout the playoffs, I thought he was performing just mediocre until he got to the Super Bowl, where I thought he put on an absolute clinic. For Brock Purdy, my expectations for him are at an all-time high. I do think that this is a make-or-break year for him, not in terms of him being a starting quarterback moving forward, but if he has an awesome season this year, he might have the chance to sway a lot of people's opinions on him. Through his short career, and might I mention, he didn't play for the majority of his rookie season, season, but through his short 2-year career, he has a completion percentage of 68.7, 5,654 yards, 44 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. And had he not got injured back in 2023, he might have been in the Super Bowl that year, but he made it to the Super Bowl last year and played pretty damn well in it. The future is bright for Brock Purdy, and I do think he's heading in the right direction. As of today, he's in my top 10, but if you do have somebody like Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, or somebody else over him, I don't necessarily disagree. Next up at number 9, we're going to be discussing Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers. Now, he did not play much in 2022 or 2021.
Alrighty. No, keep running. I'll wait till Jordan Love's done, bro. You muted it.
Oh, snap. I did. My bad.
Now, he did not play much in 2022 nor 2021, but he had a massive breakout season in 2023. It did start off extremely slow as the first couple of weeks really did not go in his favor, but in that second half of last year, he absolutely shined bright. He finished the season off with 4,159 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. And going up against Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, he absolutely killed that defense. We all know who Jordan Love is. I think we all respect and know what he's going to become in this league. You may consider this a bit of a projection on my part, and I won't necessarily disagree with you, but I think that half the season of what we saw last year was impressive enough, in my opinion, to put him in my top 10.
Okay. I was going to say, okay, this is clearly only based off last season. So, A-Rod, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Hurts, yeah, it doesn't make sense. I think Goff had a better season than Love.
By far.
Like a whole outlook of the season. Even by legacy, he made it farther.
By far.
So I think Goff has to be in there. If Love's in there, then I think Goff got to be in there. Tua, sure, he didn't show up really against the bump, the good games and whatnot. So I can see why you had Jordan Love there. But like Jordan Love also only had like a really good half of the season. And then a really good playoff game, and then almost beat the Niners, but oh well. I think Goff got to be better than Love, man.
Half a season can get you to top 10. Remember that, guys.
Again, you're talking about guys beneath him, such as Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts and Aaron Rodgers and so on and so forth, who I think have way better legacies than Jordan Love. Obviously, they've been playing for many, many more years. But I personally believe that Jordan Love, at this point and at this stage of his career, is a better quarterback and will be a better quarterback moving forward. So similar to Brock Purdy, this is maybe a bit of a projection, and next year will kind of be a make or break year as to whether or not this is a valid take to have him in your top 10. But as of today, I do consider him a top 10 quarterback. Again, if you disagree and you think that Brock Purdy to whoever else should be in here, I don't necessarily disagree, but I think moving forward, we have to give Jordan Love the respect he deserves. He was playing like an MVP in the back half of last year. Next up at number 8, we're going to be discussing Justin Herbert of the LA Chargers, somebody who I think talent-wise is easily a top 5 quarterback, but unfortunately it just has not really showed up on the field quite yet, and that doesn't necessarily mean that he hasn't played well. At the end of the day, he's had multiple 4,000-yard seasons.
You think if Herbert was on the Niners, they beat Mahomes and them in the Super Bowl?
Yes.
What about
Love?
What if he was on the Lions? They beat the Niners.
Looking back at it, that game was close.
Yeah, I guess that wasn't really Goff's fault.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
What about if he's on Baltimore? Who beats the Chiefs?
No. There was no.
Okay,
He has
that's
17,000
interesting.
to be exact passing yards, 114 touchdowns, and 42 interceptions. So by all means, he has the success play-wise, but it hasn't really led to much wins. And for me, I do value winning football games as a massive quarterback stat, and unfortunately, Justin Herbert just doesn't quite have that. Yes, he's been dealing with some of the worst coaches and has been dealing with some mediocre to mid rosters, but at the end of the day, it is the quarterback's responsibility to take the blame on his shoulders, so I'm putting that onto Justin Herbert here. Again, pure talent-wise, I don't think you can find 5 more quarterbacks that are more talented than Justin Herbert. But at the end of the day, until I actually see it on the field and until I see it actually lead to victories, I kind of feel like he's putting up some empty stats right now. With that all being said, though, Jim Harbaugh is coming into town. He's going to put in a great offensive line. He's going to put some good schemes together, a good running scheme.
Activating.
Peacock.
Oh my. Jeez.
Shout out Peacock.
My bad,
And I'm
y'all.
excited to see how this could elevate Justin Herbert's career. Similar to Jordan Love and Brock Purdy, this, in my opinion, is a make-or-break year for him in the national
I don't think
media.
it is.
If he goes out there and has
Not
a
with that
successful
roster.
season and puts together a lot of wins and, you know, maybe makes the playoffs or maybe just comes a tad bit short, I think he's going to get a lot more respect and
I
will
do think
easily
they should
move up the top 10
have a
list from
chance at
8th to
making
probably
playoffs,
top
though.
5. Now, I think this is really where the top 10 list really begins. I don't think that you should put guys like Tua, Aaron Rodgers, or anyone I had in the honorable mentions over Justin Herbert. I think that this list from now on is pretty definitive. That doesn't mean that we can't have different players at different positions. I just think if you don't have these players that I'm going to
So the
talk
real
about
list
in your
begins.
top 7, 8, or 9-ish, I think your list is a little weird. However, coming in at number 7, we're going to be discussing C.J.
Okay.
Stroud.
I feel like that's
Similar to some of the
consensus
quarterbacks
now.
I talked about earlier, this is a tad bit of like a projection on my
They're
end, but I think
interchangeable.
this is a pretty fair
Okay.
and a pretty easy projection to make. In C.J. Stroud's rookie season, he had 4,108 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. And while those stats may not blow you away, it should blow you away when you take into the fact that he was a 21-year-old rookie doing all of that. C.J. Stroud absolutely put on a clinic last year. When you put on the tape, when you watch the film, I think it gets that much better. The way he diagnoses defenses and throws accurate passes is something that I think a 10-year veteran often does. Stroud, in fact, looked like a veteran throughout the season and led a fairly good, I don't want to say it was a bad Texans team, but it wasn't a great Texans team, into the playoffs and beat the Browns. And maybe a couple plays go their way. Who knows? Maybe they could have been more competitive with the Baltimore Ravens. Now heading into year 2, I think C.J. Stroud has a lot of media attention and a lot of high expectations for him and his team.
Only
If
threw
C.J. Stroud
23
is able to
touchdowns?
match the expectations and basically match what he did last year into next year, I think he's easily a top 10 quarterback. Yes, he doesn't have the legacy of Aaron Rodgers or Jared Goff, but in my opinion, he showed me what I needed to see to put him in front of those guys as of today. That's not to say that Aaron Rodgers isn't an all-time better quarterback than C.J. Stroud, because it's not even a comparison, but I think as of today, I would rather have C.J. Stroud over a guy like Aaron Rodgers or Jared Goff. But next up, let's go ahead and talk about Dak Prescott at number 6, one of the more controversial players.
You think he better than Stroud?
I'd rather have Stroud because he just more cool and collective in bigger moments. But like Dak puts up numbers,
Ever since Dak Prescott has
better
joined the NFL
numbers
back in
than
2016,
Stroud.
he has been nothing
But
short of
you could make the
impressive to me,
same
and I truly do believe that he is
could make the same argument about the empty numbers like
In
you
Dak
said with
Prescott's
Tua.
career, he has a completion percentage of 67%,
That is true.
29,459 passing yards, 202 touchdowns, and 74 interceptions. And while yes, you can put a lot of the playoff blame on Dak Prescott, I don't think that we should minimize the success he does have in the regular season. Playoffs be damned, I think that Dak Prescott is easily a top 10 quarterback. I'm not saying I would rather have him over Justin Herbert because, again, I think Herbert is a more talented quarterback than Dak Prescott. Same thing can also potentially be said about Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud, but I think as of today,
Dak, I think, is easily
is
top
a
10.
better quarterback. Now, next year, we will definitely see if that's the case. At the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys have done damn near nothing to surround Dak Prescott with any sort of weapon, so the pressure is going to be on him to make plays. And with the potential of CeeDee Lamb potentially holding out into the regular season, because when I'm making
Weapons,
this
they
video,
got
no
enough
contract has been
weapons.
That's
signed.
what I
The
was
pressure is
thinking.
even more so on
Brandon
Dak
Cooks,
Prescott.
CeeDee,
The offensive line took a step back. The running backs room took a
Ferguson?
step back. The receiving core should be the same if CeeDee does come back, and the defense is maybe
Maybe
better.
another
It's hard to tell.
wideout.
So a lot of the pressure is going to be on Dak Prescott,
I
and
guess,
I do
and
think
maybe
that he will
another
be able
younger
to
one.
play up to the expectations. Now, I want to make this very clear. There is a legitimate chance that Dak Prescott puts together an awesome season, but still manages to fall on my list. And that's just simply because I view guys like Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud as ultra-talented players that could easily surpass Dak Prescott. But until I see that with my own eyes, I got to put Dak Prescott number 6 on my list, just outside of my top 5. But with that all being said, let's now enter into our top 5. At number 5, I have Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams. Now, similar to Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford has been playing football for quite some time and has been playing at an extremely high level throughout many portions of his career.
I gotta
But
see
I
his
do
numbers
think these
to
past couple
remember.
years with the LA Rams has absolutely elevated him up into being, in my opinion, a top 5 quarterback. He's been playing since 2009, which is ridiculous to think about. I was literally 7 years old when he was drafted. And through his long career, he has 56,047 passing yards, 357 touchdowns, and 180 interceptions. And I just really think that Matthew Stafford is the pinnacle
Less
of what
yards
football
than
should be played
Stroud.
like. He reads defenses at a high level. He's not
One
afraid
less
to take risks.
touchdown,
He can make
6
any
more
throw on the field,
picks.
and man, does that dude throw a pretty pass. Now, injuries have sort of started to derail his past 2 seasons, but when he does play at his highest level, this is a quarterback who, in my opinion, is easily top 5. Now, when it comes to talent, I don't think there's...
I ain't gonna lie, nah. Oh, bro.
Stafford is top 10. Top 8. But I'm taking Stroud, Dak, and Herbert over Stafford, though. Respectfully.
Taking Love, too, over him.
Whoa. Wow. You taking half a season Love over Matthew Stafford?
He put up, if I remember, Love had 32 and 11. And Stafford only had 24 and 11. Yeah, no.
I guess that's fair.
And he did better in the playoffs. Love did.
Yeah.
Talked about with Matthew Stafford. He is, in my opinion, one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever come out of college, and I think he has basically surpassed all of our expectations from him. With that being said, though, he is a 36-year-old quarterback who is at this stage of his career probably going to start deteriorating even more.
Might take
so I would not be shocked if at the end of this season Matthew Stafford is no longer in my top 10.
Going into
As
next,
of today, I would rather have Matthew Stafford for 1 season over the likes of Dak Prescott, C.J. Stroud, and Jordan Love. That's not to say that those guys aren't more talented or aren't guys who I'd rather have for the future, but if I had to start a quarterback tier today, I'd probably have Stafford over them. Stafford is one of the few quarterbacks who has proven to be able to win a championship, and I trust that a whole heck of a lot. Next up at number 4, we're going to be talking about Joe Burrow. Now, for Joe Burrow, I do kind of believe this is a make or break year when it comes down to the injury bug. Throughout his short 4-year career, he's only really had 2 years of consistent health. In his rookie season, he obviously had the leg injury, and then in 2023,
health has been issues.
Yeah. But when Joe Burrow is playing at his peak level, we obviously know what type of player he is. In 2021, he had 4,600 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. And in 2022, he had 4,400 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. This is a quarterback who I do think is up there with the Strouds and the Loves when it comes down to the talent category, and I do think Burrow is one of those quarterbacks who has proven that he can make it to a Super Bowl and potentially win one. The question for Joe Burrow is always going to come down to health, and if he's healthy, I think he's easily the 4th best quarterback in the league, but I think when hurt, it's really hard to say what he's going to be. Like I said earlier, I do think for injury's sake of Joe Burrow, this is a make-or-break year for him because we all want to see a healthy version of him. Next up at number 3, we'll talk about Lamar Jackson of the Buffalo.
You were doing so well, bro. You were actually doing so well, bro. I don't want to watch this no more, bro. You were doing so well, dog. What are you doing? There's no way you about to tell me, Josh. Let me hear what he has to say. I just want to hear what he has to say.
MVP, and in my opinion, one of the most talented quarterbacks that we've ever seen in the league. His passing statistics through his short career aren't necessarily the most impressive, but when you put everything together, you get one of the best quarterbacks and one of the most dynamic quarterbacks we have ever seen. The only real criticism that you can have upon Lamar Jackson is the same criticism that you can have upon Dak Prescott. It is the fact that he can do these incredible things in the regular season where he can get in MVP conversations and play like an awesome player until it comes down to the playoffs. But I do think this year he did kind of settle a lot of those questions down. I know they still lost in the playoffs to the Kansas City Chiefs, and in some ways it was Lamar's fault, but I think in a lot of other ways it wasn't his fault. I think that he played fantastic through a big portion of the season, and I thought he played fine against the Chiefs. It just so happens to be that the Kansas City Chiefs are like everyone's kryptonite because it's Patrick Mahomes and it's the Kansas City Chiefs. They're a good team, so I don't really have a hard time saying that I don't think Lamar is a playoff choker. I think that he just ran into a really good team. As for Lamar Jackson, I don't really think he has much to prove outside of just succeeding in the playoffs. Similar to Dak Prescott, I just need to see him maybe win like one legitimately awesome conference championship game to really solidify him as an all-time great. Coming in at number 2, we have Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. Now, I know Josh Allen has been notorious for throwing a ton of interceptions, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he hasn't. But I also will sit here and tell you that
you good, Juice?
Beliefs of him being an interception.
I want to hear what he has to say, bro. Hold on.
But I also will sit here and tell you guys that that statistic and those beliefs of him being an interception thrower are completely overplayed at this point. Yes, he threw 18 interceptions last year, but he was also awesome for like 90% of the season.
No, he was not. No, he was not. They were losing because of him in the first half of the season. Why did they start winning? Why did the Bills start winning and make the playoffs? Because they took the ball out of Josh Allen's hand. They took the ball out of Josh Allen's hand and started running the ball.
Holding that thing.
They started running the football. What are you talking about? He was good 97
but
season.
He also was a part of the running game. Didn't he have like 12 rushing touchdowns?
Sure.
Or
But
something like that?
if you get inside the 5, you know he's going to take it himself. Like, it's not like there's long runs.
Dual threat though.
Bruh.
Dual threat quarterback.
So does he get the same running back energy does Lamar get? Can we say he gets that same? Can we give him that same energy then?
I mean, personally, me, I would, but obviously the public won't.
Cause he's, yeah.
I don't know. I know. If Lamar was throwing 18 picks, 14 picks.
Hey, if Lamar, this is not even including the fumbles. We're not even talking about the fumbles. If Lamar,
He'd be on his tailbone.
Lamar might be out the league. Oh my boy. Ooh, hold on, let me see.
I think those interception numbers are maybe a tad bit overblown because in reality he only has 78 interceptions through his short career. And when you compare,
He's been in the league for 6 years, and he has 78 picks. Not even talking about fumbles. He has 78 picks in 6 years.
I think with him though, the conversation with him is though like when he plays aggressive, the team played better or something like that. And that's when the picks came though, when he was playing aggressive. But like they were winning games while also throwing those picks. Because when he doesn't play aggressive, they lose. And you know, when you take chances playing aggressive, you're gonna have mistakes, and you're always gonna play aggressive instead of being passive. Like I think Lamar's play style is more passive.
bad, to be honest with you. Josh Allen is a gunslinger. He's somebody who's going to run around and throw the football all across the yard and make a ton of plays with his legs. He is an ultra athletic freak that reminds me in so many ways
Interesting this
of
season,
a
though.
combination of guys like Big Ben and Drew Brees. Josh Allen to me is, in my opinion, the most fun quarterback outside of Lamar Jackson to watch, and I think just pure talent-wise, he is maybe the second most talented quarterback in the entire NFL. And I do think that this is going to be an awesome year for him to be able to kind of showcase his abilities. The Buffalo Bills, on paper, got worse, but in reality, I think they actually got better offensively speaking, because now he has a full trio of wide receivers with guys like Curtis Samuel, Keon Coleman, and Khalil Shakir. That's going to allow Josh Allen to absolutely flourish with 3 receivers that all kind of specialize in their own unique things. So instead of seeing Stephon Diggs complaining for the ball every freaking second, now he can potentially throw the ball all across the field to a number of different guys. So I'm just saying, if you're playing fantasy football, you might want to target Josh Allen in the second round. But of course, number 1, it's Patrick Mahomes. I don't really feel like I have to say much about this, but I'll at least pretend like you guys don't know who he is. In case you don't know, Patrick Mahomes has been in the NFL since 2017, is a 3-time Super Bowl champion, has put together 219 passing yards and only 63 interceptions and 28,424 passing yards.
Boy, be
Oh, he did all
scrambling.
that without even playing in his rookie season. He's won MVPs. He's already being compared to Tom Brady, and I think it's a legitimately fair comparison. And his worst season statistically in the NFL was last year, where he had 4,100 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions, and he still won a championship. So yeah, there isn't really anyone on this list that really compares to Patrick Mahomes. Like, I think it is a drastic drop-off between Patrick Mahomes to Josh Allen / Lamar Jackson. In my opinion, he is in a
Hey,
tier
that's
by
a
himself.
long
He's the
run.
best
That's a
player in the
crazy
entire
play.
NFL, and seemingly will be so the next couple seasons. But all right, that concludes my top 10. This is
You were spot on, gang.
I feel like me and you were opposite. I thought he was hot, cold trash in the beginning, and then got better.
Okay,
But I
There was
understand him.
some-
He was saying like basically like 7 to 10, you could interchange with the honorable mentions, which is cool, I guess.
yeah.
So that makes sense. And then if you take that out, basically a top 7 list. I don't agree with Matt Stafford being at 5. Everything else I understand. Lamar and Allen, obviously, like I said at the beginning, Lamar probably had a better year. Obviously, he won MVP. So I don't know how. So how you feel, man? Josh Allen reigns supreme again, man.
Y'all probably gonna ask why I'm a Bills hater. This is why I'm a Bills hater. Because what has Josh Allen done? Is Josh Allen even better than Joe Burrow?
That's tough. Didn't Burrow beat him? Yeah, right.
Yes. Yes. I hate the Bengals. I hate the Bengals. But is he even better than Burrow?
It's tough, man. I'm taking a healthy Burrow.
A healthy Burrow. I'm taking healthy Burrow over Josh Allen every day of the week. You know what? I'm just trying to figure out why two-time MVP, league MVP, is not lower, is any higher than 2. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, okay, I get it. If we talking legacies, if we talking all this crap like you was talking about, right? Why Josh Allen and Lamar were in the same draft class, and Lamar has done more. They both been to a conference championship, right? They both never been to a Super Bowl, right? You could say Josh Allen has the stats. Yeah, he had a #1 receiver all them years, but still was barely doing things with that #1 receiver. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot more that goes into it than having just one #1, though.
That's cute, and I get it. We had Greg Roman for 5 years. I get it.
Can't say that either when Lamar's best years was under him.
He just won another MVP his first year under a new coordinator.
Is 2019 not better than that?
Yeah, because nobody knew how to guard him. That's his first year starting.
So you're saying people know how to guard him now?
No, obviously not. He just won another MVP.
So then why'd you say that?
Nobody knows how to truly guard Lamar Jackson. NFL players have said it themselves. Nobody truly knows how to guard Lamar Jackson. You can just contain Lamar Jackson, you know?
Yeah.
But let me know what you guys think, man. I haven't got nothing else to say, bro. I'm just sick to my stomach right now. Y'all let us know what y'all think down below. You know, hit the like, comment, subscribe. You already know what to do, man. But until the next video, it's your boys Juice and Lou. And we out of here. Peace.